Okay. So now expressing conditions. So we had a quick look at conditional sentences. Now expressing condition, there's a number of words and phrases we use to express condition. So the first one, expressing conditions. Now the first one is if. We talked about if, right? How about in case?
In case.
Expressing condition. Give me in case. Julio, give me the first sentence. In case, and we also have in case of, right? So in case, and in case of.
Case of.
First in case, not in case of. In case,
Case.
and we also have just in case, right? Alright, in case you don't see me,
Call me.
you can give me a call. In case we don't see each other, please know that I always loved you. In case he doesn't call, in case I come home late, please call the police. In case you don't hear from me, please call the police. I'm going someplace dangerous. In case you don't hear from me, please call the cops. In case it rains, you should do something, right? Take your umbrella, just in case. Just in case. Say just in case. It basically means it may rain, right? Just in case. I usually carry an extra something, just in case, right? What is an extra something? I don't use cash, but I carry like a few, maybe around $100 just in case. Just in case. I don't need cash, I don't usually use cash. But just in case, I carry maybe $100 just in case. It's kind of looks a little cloudy, but the weather forecast said it's not going to rain, but if I were you, I would take my umbrella just in case. In case of rain, what will you do in case of rain? In case of rain, there's a wedding and it's out in the open space. In case of rain, they will use some big tents. They have some huge tents available, just in case. And of course, in such cases, that's different. That's different from this. In such cases, it's like a case study, right? Case study. This is a special case. It's a special case. John is a special case for a psychologist, for the police department. This criminal is a special case. It's not a general phenomenon. It's a special case. It's a special case, not a normal case. This is not a normal case. This is not your normal criminal.
Are the same meaning?
It's a little different because here is about conditions. We're talking about a case. We say this criminal is a normal case. It's not a normal case. It's an exceptional case. I would say this case in grammar is an exceptional case. An exceptional case. We can't talk about John. John is a is an exceptional case. It's different from all others. In this case, in that case, these are good phrases too. In this case, in that case. I tell you, take your umbrella in case it rains. In case it rains. Or just in case. You say, I don't have an umbrella. Then I'll say, well, that's a different case. That's a different case. Well, in that case, buy one. It's only $5. Go to the dollar store and buy an umbrella. So these are different cases, right?
Yeah.
So I say, well, it looks cloudy. If I check the weather forecast, it doesn't say it will rain, but it wouldn't hurt to take your umbrella. I would take my umbrella just in case. Say, well, I don't have an umbrella. You say, well, in that case, I don't know what to say. Buy one. In that case. In this case, in that case, this is an exceptional case. So but this is not about expressing condition. Up there, in case it rains, in case you see him, in case you see John, please tell him, remind him about the trip. In case you see John, please remind him about this and that. What should we do in case of rain? Do we have any precautionary measures in case of a flood? What do people do in cases of? What do people do in cases of natural disasters, such as, for example, earthquakes and stuff in this town or in this city? Now we have provided that, or provided. Now provided is a good one, and a little bit more formal than just. Of course, you can attend the class provided that you register first. So provided that means if, yes. In case you register, you can attend the class. Of course, you can attend the class provided that, with the provision that, provided that you sign up first, you register. You can attend the class provided that you register. You can attend the class provided that, I need a comma here. Provided that you register, right? So provided that you register. You will definitely pass the test provided that you study hard, listen to, attend the class regularly, and on time, 9 a.m., and listen to the teacher, and study, and prepare, and all that. Yes? So, you can do something provided that. Now, one thing that I want to tell you now, we talked about conditionals a little while ago. One way to make conditionals sound a little more formal and a little more pedantic and stylish in writing would be to omit if. Remember I said if I had known him, I wouldn't have lent him any money. So, if I had known him, I wouldn't have lent him any money. How can I omit if? if I had known him before, comma, and let's make this capital, I wouldn't have lent him any money. Now, if I want to omit, omit, take out if. If I want to omit, take it out. But still keep the sentence conditional. How can I do it?
Having.
Hmm?
Having.
Now, having done something, that's totally different. You can say, had I lent him any money? Had I known him before? Had I known him before, the rest of the sentence. Had I known him before? So, I had known him, instead of that, like, had I known him before? Especially in the case of the third conditional. Had I known that, had I known how mean you are, I wouldn't have made friends with you in the first place. Remember, in the first place to begin with? Had I known how stingy he is, had I known how stingy he is, I wouldn't have asked for money in the first place. I wouldn't have asked, remember, in the first place to begin with? In the first place. Had I known. Had I known him better? Had I known you better? Had I known you better? Guys, things that are difficult, how do you learn them? By only learning one simple example and repeating it. And next time you see another example of that difficult or little complex combination or grammatical case, then of course you will realize the rules and you can use it. So had I known you better, I wouldn't have lent you money. I wouldn't have bothered to call you. I wouldn't have done something had I known you better. If I just memorized had I known you better, and some teachers simply say, learn the rules. I would say, don't learn the rules, just memorize sentences and examples. And use them as templates. It's a template. And put your words, your own words, into those templates later. This is moving from, yes, at first we don't do this. At first we learn the rules, we try to make our own sentences, we try to make our own mistakes. That's ESL, normal ESL. That's communication. After that, we want to come up to college preparation, test preparation. That's when you need correct, proper, natively acceptable command of language. For that, you need to be exact, you need to be right, you need to be accurate as well as fluent. And accuracy is learning these phrases, learning these sentences, learning these templates, structures, and speaking and writing with the right and correct structures. How do we do that? By simply memorizing the structures, putting our words into it. So, had I known you better, I want you to memorize this. Had I known you better? I don't want you to learn the formula. Oh, if I put had at the beginning of the sentence, I can omit if and then do this and do that. No, I want you to learn, had I known you better? Had I known you better means if I had known you better. Had I known him better? Had I known her better? Then, when you learn this, then you can put other things into it. Had I known how stupid he is, had I known how mean he is, I wouldn't have, had I known you better, I wouldn't have lent you my money. So anyways, we talked about conditionals, you guys missed it. Watch the video. So this I wanted to give you, this is one. So provided that, we also have under the provision, with the provision that, but now we don't need it here. We also have whether. How do we spell weather? Like whether or not?
WHETHER.
How about the other weather? First of all, the word weather, you should always know the difference between this weather and weather, like weather. The weather, it's sunny, cloudy. Yes? You need to know how to spell them. So we have this weather, which is STNZ. And that weather is,
WERTH.
yeah.
Year.
So weather. That weather is like this. This weather is like this. So try to keep them in mind. Weather, weather. So this one is whether or,
If.
like whether or not. And I can use it two different ways. How?
When you go to movie.
Whether you go to the movies, the movies. You don't go to movie. The movies means cinema. But you watch a movie. You go to the movies. Remember. So the movies and the movie, they're different. The movies means cinema, the cinema. The movies. If you go to the movies, means you go to the cinema. But if you watch a movie, I prefer to stay home. I prefer staying home and watching a movie. So whether
Would you go to the movies or not?
I will always love you. Whether you go to the movies or not, what? What? Whether you stay or not, it doesn't make any difference to me. I still hate you. It doesn't matter whether you stay or leave. I don't know what. Do the homework. It doesn't matter to me whether you want to do it at home, or in the library, or in the washroom. As long as you do your homework, as long as you do it, it's okay with me. As long as it's different meanings. So I would say, I will do this as no matter how long it takes. But I would say as long as you do your homework, I don't care how you do it and where you do it. Maybe I care how you do it, but I don't care where you do it. As long as you do it, you can do it anywhere. I don't care where you do it. As long as you do it. Will we pass the course? As long as you attend the class regularly, and you do your homework, and you get an A, you can pass the test. Not really. So, as long as, different. But anyways, we're talking about whether. Whether or not. Now, whether or not can come together, or separately in the sentence. Or maybe or not, we don't use it. Sometimes I don't know whether I'm coming or going. Or whether or. It's whether or. If you say, I don't know whether I'm coming or going, it's an expression in English. Basically means I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know whether this weather coming or going. Did he call? I don't know whether he called or not. Anyways, whether he calls you or not, you should go. Yeah? I don't know whether or not, I don't know if he calls. I I don't know whether he calls or not. I don't know if he calls. I don't know if I should go or whether I should go or not. Whether. I don't know whether I should go or stay at home. Whether or, not necessarily whether or not. I don't know whether I should go or stay at home. I don't know if I should go or stay at home. If or, whether or. If can also come alone. I don't know if he calls. I don't know if he called her. Did he call her? I don't know. I'm not sure if he called her. I don't know if he called her. So if, a little different.